we are going to continue what we started working on in class today, or doing notes on in class today. So we're still finding the area and perimeter. We're just doing some more difficult shapes, I would say. Looking at number 1, right, it's like rotated, flipped all around. So the first thing we want to do is find the area. The easiest way with something like this to find the area is to draw straight lines from one vertex to another. So vertex is like the corner, so this one has 4 vertices. So I'm going to start with at A. I'm going to draw a straight line until I get in line with this one, and then draw a straight line over. And it creates a nice right triangle, which is easy to find the area of. I'm going to do the same thing here. Same thing, I'm going to go up until I'm in line with B and go over, and then go over. This one got a little off the line. Okay, so if you look at this, we've created 4 right triangles and a little square in the middle. So we're just going to find the area of each. So starting with this one. All right, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. It's a triangle, so it's 1/2 times 4 times 3, which does equal 6. Okay. Our next triangle here, right, if I count, is 1, 2, 3. This is a 4. This is 3, right? 1, 2, 3. So same thing. 1/2 times 4 times 3 is 6. Our next triangle here is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Same thing, right? The length and the width of this. All right, it's 4 and 3, which gives us an area of 6. And then, I don't think it's going to really be any surprise, we have our last triangle here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. All right, so all those are the same. If you recognize they're all the same, then you don't have to really do the work every time, right? But for the notes, showing where everything comes from, right, we will show it. But right, you could recognize that those are all the same triangle. Okay. And then we have our little square in the middle, which is a 1 by 1 square. So then our last step is just to add everything up. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 24, plus 1 is 25. So our area equals 25 units squared. Our next step is to find the perimeter. So I need to do distance around. So I'm going to start by finding one of my hypotenuses, right? So this is a 4 by 3, or a 4 and a 3, and then x. So we have 4 squared plus 3 squared equals x squared. (16 plus 9 is 25. And then we're going to take the square root. So this distance is 5. Looking at this distance then, it's 4 and 3. Okay? I really would not do your Pythagorean theorem again. We just had a side of 4 and 3. It's going to be the same thing. 4 and 3. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. Okay? So don't redo the Pythagorean theorem every time for all 4 sides. Not worth it. So then our perimeter equals 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, right, which equals 20 units. Sorry, and that is not squared, right? That is just a length. Alright, so that's number 1. Looking at number 2, slightly different, only because for one reason. If I try to do the same thing, I'm going to try and go from A to B. Right? That's outside of our nice triangle, so that's not really going to represent the area. So these ones we have to do a slightly different way. Okay. So instead of going around the inside and making it, I'm going to draw a box around the outside. And I'm going to start by finding the area of the entire box, and then I'm going to take away these right triangles that we've formed. Okay? So the total area 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This side's 8. This side's 8, right? So that's 8 times 8, which is 64, right? Because I'm doing this square, right? I'm doing that whole square. And now I'm going to take away the triangles that aren't part of what we're actually finding. So I'm going to take away this red triangle, which is 8 by 4. 1/2. Sorry, I forgot the 1/2. 1/2 times 8 times 4 is not 32. It's 16. Okay. And then, same thing with our other two triangles, right? We have this triangle down here that we want to take away. This is a 4 by 4. So that's 1/2 times 4. 8. Right? And then we have our last triangle here, which is also 4 by 8, so 1/2. Our area equals 64 minus 16 minus 8 minus 16. I'm taking away each of these triangles. I didn't shade in our green one. I apologize. And so when I actually subtract those, we get 24. All right, now perimeter. We are going to start with any side. Let's start with this A to B. So we'll put our X there. So 4 squared plus 8 squared equals X squared. And then that's 80. I'm going to take the square root of both sides. We're going to round. Same time, I'm not going to type it in the calculator. You get about 8.9. I would do this next one, but look, it's also a 4 and an 8. So I just get to go, yay, that one's 8.9 as well. And we only have to do this one over here, right? So we have another X here we're going to solve for, and that's 4 squared equals X squared. So we have 16 plus 16. Add those, you get 32. X squared. Again, we're going to round that, and it comes out to about 5.7. So then our perimeter equals 8.9 plus 8.9 plus 5.7, right? All the pieces of that, which equals 23.5 units. All right, if you want to look at number 3, I'm going to do it in an extra video, but you do not have to watch it. It is very similar to number 1, okay? But go ahead and turn to the next page. There's one more example I do want to do. Number 4, we have to draw the shape ourselves and then find the area and the perimeter. Okay. So it has vertices at 0, 8, 6, 5, 6, negative 1, negative 2, negative 4, and negative 5, negative 3, or negative 5, positive 3. And I'm going to just connect these. So we get a wonderful pentagram, 5 sides. So I'm going to do the same thing I did for the first one. We're going to split it by going from drawing straight lines. So I'm going to go straight over. There's 1. This one I really don't have to do anything because it's just already a straight line. So I'm going to jump down to the next one and go over and down. And then up and over. And then over and up. Okay. The last thing I'm going to do is also, if you see there's this rectangle in the middle, or these square pieces in the middle, but there's not really quite a square, so I'm going to split that in half, not half, but into 2 pieces as well. So they're nice rectangles. Okay, easiest way to find the area there. So let's start with our area. The red equals 1/2 times, it's 3 times 6, which is 9. The next one, we'll do this rectangle next. 3, 4, 5, 6 by 2. Equals 12. Our next shape is this longer rectangle here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 32. Then we have our next triangle, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 3. So 1/2. Excuse me, which is 12. Then our next rectangle, or next triangle, 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So 3 times 7. That doesn't give us a fraction or a decimal. I'm just going to do it as a decimal. I really don't care if it's a fraction or a decimal. But it is 10.5 when we multiply those together. And our final triangle here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1/2. Oops. Equals 12. Again, it's another fraction, but again, not super worried about that. And then I'm just adding up all of these different areas. And so area equals, add all of your numbers together, and you get 88 units squared. Oops, that's not an I. Now we have to find the different pieces. So I'm going to find this piece first. Alright, again, this was 3 and 6. So that's 9 plus 36. Square root. That comes out to 6.7. Right. The next piece is easy because it's just a straight line, so we don't have to worry about that. We could just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. So when they're just straight lines, just count them. Then our next piece, right, this orange piece over here, which is a 3 and an 8. Right, and I can also look at what the work I did here. So 3 squared plus 8 squared. That's 9 plus 64. Add those, we get 73. That comes out to 8.5. Next, we have to do our purple piece. Which was a 3 and a 7, right? So 3 squared plus 7 squared. $58. Square root. That comes out to 7. Oh, it's getting into the bad part of the board. 7.6 is what that says. I'm going to scroll this up. You won't really be able to see the blue triangle as well, but you should be able to see it on your paper, and I have it right here. Remember, it was a 5 and 5, so I should still be able to do that. Square root. 7.1. So these problems aren't difficult. It's finding area and doing Pythagorean's theorem, which we have already done. It just gets monotonous. It's a lot of work finding all of them. So then I just have to add them all up to actually find my perimeter. Right? So we have I didn't add these in. This was 7.6. And this was 7.1, right? So I'm just adding up all 5 of those. And that comes out to 35. Scroll down since it doesn't want to work there. .9 units. And that is it. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow.